Have you ever felt that reality itself bends when your mind is fully aligned with what you want? Maybe you thought of someone and they suddenly called, or you deeply desired something and it appeared in the strangest way. What if this wasn't just coincidence, but proof that your mind, your energy, your very vibration can shape reality? In this video, we're diving into the science and spirituality of manifestation. Not vague wishful thinking, but the deep blend of neuroscience, quantum physics, and ancient wisdom. By the end, you'll not only understand the hidden mechanics behind manifestation, you'll have tools to actually use them in your life. Let's begin with the core question. Can the mind really bend reality? On the surface, it sounds mystical, like something straight out of the Matrix. But when you strip away the movie glamour and spiritual jargon, manifestation boils down to two intertwined forces: the inner workings of your brain and the energy field you live in. From the neuroscience perspective, your brain is not a passive observer. It is an active filter. Imagine reality as a vast ocean of possibilities. Every sound, color, sensation, and opportunity exists around you at once, but your brain can only process a tiny fraction. That filter is called the Reticular Activating System, or RAS. It decides what enters your conscious awareness. Have you noticed how, when you buy a new car, suddenly you see that same car everywhere? That's the RAS in action. The car was always there. You just trained your brain to notice it. This is the first scientific step toward bending reality. By setting a clear intention, you reprogram your filter. Suddenly, what seemed invisible becomes visible. You begin noticing opportunities, people, conversations, even subtle signs that were always around you. To someone on the outside, it looks like magic. To your brain, it's focus. But manifestation doesn't stop at perception. The brain is also an action generator. When you truly believe something is possible, your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for decision-making, guides you toward choices aligned with that belief. Think of Thomas Edison, who famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." He wasn't bending reality by magic. He was bending it by aligning his mind so fully with his vision that he literally couldn't stop until it became true. His persistence was guided by the belief that the light bulb already existed in possibility. His job was simply to find it. Now let's weave in spirituality. Across ancient traditions, from Hindu Vedas to Buddhist teachings, from Native American wisdom to Hermetic philosophy, there is one recurring truth: everything vibrates. The law of vibration states that nothing rests. Everything is in constant motion, including your thoughts and emotions. Modern quantum physics echoes this. Particles behave differently depending on how they are observed. In experiments like the double-slit test, the very act of observation seems to collapse infinite possibilities into one outcome. In other words, reality responds to consciousness. This doesn't mean you can sit on your couch, imagine $1 million, and expect it to fall into your lap. But it does mean that your state of being, your frequency, interacts with reality in ways science is only beginning to measure. Dr. Joe Dispenza, a neuroscientist who merges science with spirituality, describes this process as tuning in to the future you desire, like a radio dial. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions broadcast a coherent frequency, reality reflects it back. Let's make this more personal. Think of a time you wanted something so deeply that you could almost feel it in your bones. Maybe it was a relationship, a career breakthrough, or a creative project. When you immersed yourself in that desire, visualizing it, emotionally rehearsing it, didn't you start moving differently? Didn't your choices shift? And didn't certain coincidences seem to align? That's the mind and the universe working together. Of course, doubt is the enemy here. Neuroscience shows that when your mind is split, when one part says, "Yes, I can," and another whispers, "No, I can't," your brain sends mixed signals. That incoherence prevents your RAS from filtering effectively. Spiritually, doubt lowers your vibration. Instead of sending a clear frequency, you broadcast static. The result? Delays, confusion, or nothing at all. So how do you align thought, feeling, and action into a powerful, reality-bending force? Here's a 3-step practice rooted in both science and spirit. 1. Set a clear intention. Not vague, not generic. Write it down in detail. Neuroscience shows that written goals activate the brain's encoding process, which boosts memory and focus. Spiritually, clarity sends a precise signal into the field of possibilities. 2. Embody the emotion. Don't just think it, feel it. Close your eyes and imagine you already have it. Feel the gratitude, relief, joy, or empowerment. Research on the placebo effect proves that the body responds to imagined experiences as if they were real. This is bending reality inside your nervous system first. 3. Take inspired action. The universe isn't a vending machine. You still need to act, but not frantic, desperate action, aligned action. Look for synchronicities, nudges, conversations that feel too perfect. That's your RAS and the energy field guiding you. To illustrate this, let's revisit history. Nikola Tesla, the genius inventor, once said, "If you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." Tesla visualized his inventions in such vivid detail that he claimed he could run them in his mind like machines, testing and improving them without ever touching a tool. Eventually, he brought those visions into physical form. Was this manifestation or sheer brilliance? Perhaps both. Movies echo this truth as well. In Inception, Leonardo DiCaprio's character plants an idea so deeply into the subconscious that it becomes reality. While fictional, it mirrors how beliefs and mental rehearsals shape our world. Athletes use visualization techniques before competitions, literally rehearsing victory in their minds. Science confirms it. Brain scans show that visualizing an action lights up the same neural pathways as performing it physically. So manifestation isn't airy-fairy nonsense. It's grounded in how the brain and energy interact with possibility. The trick is learning to consciously direct that process, rather than letting unconscious fears and doubts run the show. Now let's go deeper into the mechanics. The brain operates in different states, measured as brainwaves. When you're alert and active, you're in beta. When you relax, you move into alpha. As you drift into daydream or meditation, you hit theta. In deep sleep, delta. And in rare moments of heightened creativity or insight, gamma. Why does this matter? Because manifestation thrives in alpha and theta. In those states, your brain is more suggestible, more open to reprogramming. It's like opening a doorway to your subconscious. This is why morning and night rituals are so powerful. Right after waking up and right before sleep, your brain naturally passes through alpha and theta. If you visualize your goals, repeat affirmations, or practice gratitude in those windows, you're literally planting seeds in the soil of your subconscious. Over time, those seeds grow into beliefs, which shape behavior, which bends reality. Research supports this. A Harvard study on visualization found that people who merely visualized practicing piano activated the same brain regions as those who physically practiced. Even more, their skill improved. Another study with athletes showed similar results. Mental rehearsal enhanced performance nearly as much as actual training. The message is clear. Your mind cannot fully distinguish between imagined and real experiences. When you rehearse a future in your mind with enough emotion, your brain begins to believe it's already happening. But what about the spiritual side? Quantum physics provides tantalizing clues. The observer effect suggests that particles remain in a state of possibility until observed. Some scientists argue this is metaphorical, but others, including pioneers like Niels Bohr, believed consciousness plays a role in collapsing probability into reality. When you hold an intention with focus, perhaps you're collapsing your personal quantum possibilities into one chosen path. Skeptics argue this is pseudoscience, but let's not forget, many scientific truths were once dismissed as mystical. Germs were invisible until microscopes proved their existence. Electricity was once called witchcraft. What seems mystical today may be tomorrow's neuroscience. Let's bring this down to your daily life. Imagine you're seeking love. If you affirm every day, "I am worthy of love," and you visualize the feeling of being cherished, your brain begins to shift. You notice kindness where you overlooked it before. You interpret neutral interactions more positively. You carry yourself with confidence. All of this increases your chances of attracting a partner. Spiritually, you're matching the frequency of love. Whether by brain chemistry or cosmic law, the effect is real. Or consider financial abundance. If your belief is money is scarce, your brain filters for evidence of lack. You miss opportunities, ignore ideas, and hesitate to act. But if you reprogram with money flows to me in unexpected ways, you stay alert for chances. You might overhear a conversation that sparks a business idea or reconnect with an old contact who offers work. The shift isn't magical, it's psychological and energetic alignment. Folk tales capture this beautifully. Think of The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, which reads like a modern fable. The shepherd boy Santiago dreams of treasure and sets out to find it. His journey is filled with setbacks, yet each step aligns him with the universe. When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it, the story says. That line resonates because it speaks to a truth we feel deep down. Our desires are not random, they are invitations. But manifestation also requires resilience. Setbacks will come, delays will test you. This is where many give up, thinking it doesn't work. Yet neuroscience shows that persistence rewires the brain. Each attempt strengthens neural pathways. Spiritually, it's a checkpoint. Are you truly aligned or are you wavering? As Winston Churchill put it, success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. So, what can you do when doubts creep in? Here's a practical method, the if-then ritual. Write down your doubt. For example, if I feel unworthy, then I will pause, breathe, and repeat. I am becoming the kind of person who attracts what I desire. This reframes the doubt into a checkpoint rather than a dead end. It's neuroscience hacking your habitual thought loops. Spiritually, it's transmuting low vibration into higher energy. Let's tie this into the butterfly effect. Small choices create ripples that become waves. Maybe you meditate for just 5 minutes a day. That small act calms your mind, which changes how you respond to stress, which improves your relationships, which opens doors you never expected. One small shift alters your trajectory. Manifestation isn't just about giant leaps. It's about aligning the micro choices with your macro vision. And yes, stories from real people highlight this truth. Oprah Winfrey, for example, often credits her success to visualization and intention setting. She didn't just wish, she aligned her beliefs, emotions, and actions. Jim Carrey famously wrote himself a check for $10 million when he was broke, dated it, and visualized receiving it. Years later, he landed a role in Dumb and Dumber, paying exactly that amount. Coincidence? Maybe. Manifestation? Quite possibly. The key isn't to worship these stories as miracles, but to recognize the pattern. These individuals didn't just dream, they embodied their dreams, felt them as real, and acted consistently. That's bending reality. Now pause and reflect. What is one desire you've been holding but doubting? What if you treated it as already real? How would you feel? How would you act? What would you notice around you? This shift, even for a day, begins to train your brain and tune your energy. That's manifestation in practice. Now that we've explored both the science and spirituality of manifestation, let's build a practical daily framework you can follow. Think of this as your reality bending routine. Step 1, morning alignment. Right after waking up, your brain is still in alpha. Instead of grabbing your phone, sit quietly. Visualize your day, not as it is, but as you want it to unfold. Imagine conversations going well, tasks flowing smoothly, unexpected blessings appearing. Feel gratitude as if it already happened. This primes your RAS and sets your vibration. Step 2, emotional rehearsal. During the day, pause for 2 minutes at least 3 times. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and summon the emotion of your desired future. Science shows that emotions are chemical messengers. By repeatedly bathing your body in those chemicals, you condition your nervous system to expect that future. Spiritually, you're keeping your frequency tuned. Step 3, evening reflection. Before bed, write down 3 synchronicities or small wins from the day. They don't have to be big. Maybe a stranger smiled, or you stumbled on an idea, or you avoided a negative habit. By recording them, you train your brain to notice alignment. Over time, you'll see a pattern. The more you notice, the more you attract. Step 4, action with intuition. Don't wait passively. Take steps, but listen for nudges. Those quiet intuitions that say, call this person, or read this book, or try this path. Often, those whispers are your subconscious and the universe pointing the way. Let's bring in a metaphor. Imagine you're a sailor. The ocean is vast possibility. Your intention is the destination. Your emotions are the wind filling the sails. Your actions are the steering. If you align them all, the journey becomes smoother. Storms may still come, but you'll adjust and keep moving. That's manifestation, not snapping your fingers, but co-navigating with reality. Now, let's address a common fear. What if I manifest something wrong? What if I attract something harmful? Here's the truth. Your deepest desires usually align with growth, love, and expansion. Harmful intentions carry heavy doubt and guilt, which distort the signal. That incoherence weakens the manifestation. In other words, reality bends most powerfully when your desire aligns with your higher self. Science backs this indirectly. Studies on heart coherence, when your heartbeat rhythm aligns with positive emotions, show that your nervous system becomes more efficient, your brain more focused, and even your electromagnetic field measurable by sensitive instruments. This coherence isn't just spiritual fluff, it's physiological. And when you combine it with clear intention, you create a state that is both biologically and energetically potent. History offers powerful examples. Gandhi said, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." He didn't manifest independence for India overnight. He embodied nonviolence, unity, and persistence. His reality bending came from aligning his beliefs, emotions, and actions so consistently that the external world had to adjust. That's manifestation on a societal scale. Even pop culture reflects this. In Doctor Strange, the hero learns to bend reality not by brute force, but by shifting perception and mastering inner alignment. It's exaggerated, yes, but the symbolism is clear. The outer world mirrors the inner state. So, let's integrate everything. Neuroscience teaches us that the brain is a prediction machine. It constantly generates models of what will happen next, based on past experience and current belief. If you change the belief and emotional state, the brain predicts a different future, and you act accordingly. Quantum physics hints that possibilities collapse into reality based on focus. Spiritual traditions affirm that energy follows attention. Together, they point to one truth. You are not just a passenger in life, you are a co-creator. But let me validate your struggle. Manifestation is not easy, it's not instant. You will feel doubt, you will hit walls, you may wonder if you're fooling yourself. That's part of the journey. Each moment of doubt is an invitation to realign. Each setback is a checkpoint asking, do you still choose this path? Remember, even the greatest figures, Edison, Oprah, Tesla, faced ridicule, failure, and delay. Yet they persisted, not blindly, but with conviction. If you can carry one insight from this video, let it be this. Manifestation is not about controlling the universe. It's about aligning so deeply with your desired future that you become a magnet for it. Your brain filters for it, your body feels it, your actions move toward it, and your energy field resonates with it. Over time, reality bends, not because you forced it, but because you harmonized with it. So tonight, when you close your eyes, don't just replay the day. Envision tomorrow as you want it to be. Feel it, believe it, act on it, and notice how, slowly but surely, the fabric of reality begins to weave itself around your intention. Reality isn't something that just happens to you. It's something you can participate in. Science and spirituality both point to this truth. Your mind, your heart, and your energy are creative forces. You don't need to bend the universe through sheer force. You only need to align with it. So, what reality will you choose to create from today? The answer begins within you, right now. If this video resonated with you, don't let it end here. Like the video, share it with someone who needs this reminder, and subscribe to Cerebro Shift for more deep dives into the mind, mentality, and spiritual growth. And tell me in the comments, what's the one reality you're choosing to bend starting today? Your story might just inspire someone else's transformation.